Knife Work 101 starts now with Chef Julia Collin Davison.
Hi, I'm Julia Collin Davison from America's Test Kitchen, and today I'm going to show you Knife Skills 101, which includes 3 vegetables people always ask me how best to prep. First up, vegetable number 1, an onion. Now this is the most requested vegetable because it's the most common, and I actually have 2 ways to show you. Now first up, I want to show you there's a root end and a tip end, right? Root end and a tip end. Now what you want to do is you want to cut out the tip end. All right, so through the root end, I'm going to cut it right in half so there's root attached to both sides. All right, that's key because that root helps hold those layers together as you cut. All right, now's when I peel the onions. You can peel back the first few layers and any brown spots or any mushy spots or gray spots. All right, now this way is great if you're a beginner or if you have an onion that's on the large size. This is what I like to do. You take this half an onion, I'm going to cut it in half again so that there's root end on both sides, and then using one side I'm going to cut down towards the root end but not through so it hangs together, and then you see I'm going to flip it on the other side and do that again, and then you can just cut down and chop. Now if you have pretty good knife skills, a nice sharp knife and a relatively small onion, you can cut it the traditional way, which is a bit faster. Instead of cutting it into quarters, you leave it in half, and the first thing you do is you go through the layers horizontally. Now whether you do the horizontal cut first or the vertical cut first, now we're going to cut down vertically towards but not through the root. Different people like to do different things. Some people like to go horizontally first, some people like to go vertically first. On the whole, I think most people I've found who like to go horizontally first think it's a bit easier. So now that we've cut it horizontally and vertically towards the root, we're going to cut it vertically again into a nice fine dice. And when I get towards the end, I do not waste a single bit of onion. I go right towards that root. Any pieces that fall off to the side, I bring around the back and I chop again. All right, on to the carrot. Now here is a cheater way to do a quick julienne that's good for salads or coleslaws or stir fries. And what you want to do is you want to pick one of the larger carrots out of the bunch and peel it, and obviously I trimmed the ends. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it on a severe bias into slices. The more bias you do, the better off it'll be, the longer your juliennes will be. All right, so here's a good example. This is what you're cutting. Nice long piece. And then what you want to do is lay that piece flat, and then you can cut it lengthwise into a real rustic julienne. Now this is by no means a julienne that will win you any good grades at culinary school, but it works really well for stir fries, and quite frankly, I like its rustic, slightly uneven appearance. And there you have it, a really rough julienne, perfect for salads or stir fries. Last but not least, I'm going to show you a trick for cherry tomatoes. Now, we love using cherry tomatoes because they're available year-round and they have a really sweet flavor and they hold pretty well. But the problem with most recipes is they have you cut them in half, which can take a lot of time if you do them one at a time. Now, what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to put the cherry tomatoes in a lid. This is just a lid from a storage container I have. You can use a yogurt lid or a deli lid. You want to put the tomatoes in there. These are washed, obviously. And I'm going to put the other lid on, and then holding the top lid flat, I'm going to run my knife to the center, and there you have it. Voila, halved cherry tomatoes. You can also do this with grapes or cherries or olives if they're pitted. And that's it for Knife Skills 101. I'm Julia Collin Davison. Thanks for watching, and thank you for supporting WCNY.
Thanks for joining us for our Taste of Fame Chef Minute series.